Hello everyone. Um, Today I want to talk about um, something interesting going on into professional athletics world. This is an article on Zero Hedge, but actually I came across this about 2 months back, where a German journal posted an article documenting somewhere around 25 plus deaths of professional athletes since July of this year, that is July of 2021. Um, and these athletes belong to all sort of disciplines: cricket, football, rugby, and so on and so forth. And somewhere around 25 had died by September. So that was quite interesting. At first, I thought, you know, while yes, these deaths have been, happening over the field while playing, um, and there seems to be some sort of um, correlation with COVID vaccination, but it doesn't provide any certainty around causation. A lot of people, at least the article was claiming, these deaths seems to be related to vaccination, um, but there were no stats provided prior to that or even prior to COVID, i.e., 2020 or February or January of 2020, if any such deaths have happened um, among fit athletes. Um, but nevertheless, it was quite interesting, so I paid attention to it, and it was in the back of my mind. But then, following more and more articles in due course, it's starting to look interesting, and probably we should all pay attention to it. Um, most of these athletes are dying of either a stroke or some sort of a cardiac arrest, so heart problem. And mind you, these are all fit, absolutely fit and healthy individuals, top of their game, best in their field, among the best in their field. Um, and in this article that I'm going to talk about in a minute, um, lot of there is a video where people are playing and they just simply fell down, which is quite shocking. I have never seen that something myself before. Um, so yeah, something to look into, something to um, think about. I have no stats to indicate that is indeed all these deaths have some sort of a relationship with the COVID vaccination, but neither do I have any proof that they are not happening because of those. So it needs to be investigated, and it would be also interesting that how many similar sort of deaths are happening in rest of the population, where the number of individuals are not as fit as athlete. They don't do as much cardio activity as athletes, so there is not, in other words, there is not enough pressure on heart. Even if something, you damaging is happening to their heart or damage has already happened to their heart, it may not be as um, uh, visible, or those sort of incident I would imagine would be far less or maybe not, but I have no statistics around that. So if any one of you have any stats or come across anything, do post in the comments, and I would like to take a look. But yeah, let's go through this article. So this one came out on December 11th, on Saturday, that is yesterday. Um, Basically, professional athletes become the canary in the COVID coal mine, or basically um, because they use um, their 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 heart has to pump so much or work so much. Uh, it's more susceptible to problems in athletes. So maybe it is a canary in the coal mine. Um, so yeah, this article goes in detail, or at least gives some examples around sudden deaths on the field. Um, there is some female rugby player they mention in Scotland, Siobhan Cadigan, age 26, who died suddenly. Um, and then there is this football player, vegan athletic uh, football player for Vegan Athletic. His name was Charlie Wyke, age 28. He suffered a cardiac arrest, and that's quite interesting. Um, Heart problems don't usually happen to young people. It's by far a problem that happens to most people in later in their age. Um, so it's quite interesting. Although in this case, he was sent to the emergency CPR was provided, and his life was saved. So he was fine. He did suffer the attack, but he didn't die. Seems. Days later, John Fleck, age 30, player with Sheffield United, he was carried on stretcher. Um, so interesting. In late October, Barcelona player Sergio Aguero, 33. I hope I'm saying his name right. 33. Um, was diagnosed with the cardiac arrhythmia following a match. November 1st, Icelandic midfielder Emil Paulsen, age 28. He required resuscitation after a heart attack. 12 minutes into play, that's pretty insane. Christian Eriksen, age 29, on June 12th in Danish football club. Had some issues, suffered a heart attack. Man, this is some crazy stuff. More you think about it. Conclusion by Reuters: after consulting with numbers of medical experts, was nearly identical. No evidence COVID-19 vaccines are linked to athletic collapsing or dying from myocarditis. That's their conclusion is pretty straight. Um, but somebody by name pro footballer Kevin Gage is saying, in my 19 years as a pro footballer, and then my 20 plus years of watching and commenting. So he himself played for 19 years, and then for 20 years he was a commentator. 20 plus years, so that's almost 40 years. I have never seen any players collapse, pass out, etc., either live or during any of the thousands of training sessions and matches I have taken part in. That's a pretty crazy statement if you think about it, um, and kind of shocking. Well, it shouldn't surprise us, as I said. Um, these sort of things never happen to young people. Um, so indeed, it should be investigated. Yeah, so I'll put this article down below in the link. Have a read. There is interesting this link right here, I believe. So if you watch this, it actually has a video of all these people's collapsing in the field, which is very shocking. I was quite surprised myself. In people just simply they are there standing and then they fell. It's quite insane, actually. Anyway, that's all. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.